is the Mayakoba Golf Classic week, and I am back with another 3 set of short form videos. We're keeping the same little path that we were on a couple of weeks ago with giving you our top 5 values for the week, our top 5 fades for the week, and of course, our top 5 sleepers for the week. Because listen, you can't win GPPs without sleepers, right? So, but this one is the first and easiest, at least in my opinion, of course, golfers to find each and every week is your values. Just scrolling down the player list. Some guys just look out of whack, missed price, whatever it is. So certainly easiest, at least in my opinion. The other two, the fades and the sleepers, certainly take ownership into consideration. And because it's early on in the week, I do this video on Monday nights for everybody. It just takes a little bit more time to get the information in. So let's go ahead and jump right into my top 5 values this week. And I'm going to do it just a little bit differently, where I'm going to give you start from number 5 value on the board to what I believe as the best value on the board as the last guy. So let's start off with the defending champion of the event, Brendan Todd. Comes in at only $8,600 on DraftKings here. FanDuel price is $10,000. He went through a stretch of golf in the fall where he was struggling a bit, and that was due to an injured toe, of all things, I guess. I don't really know how it happened, but looks like that has gotten better as he hit 91% of his fairways a couple of weeks ago at the Awesemo Classic. I could see him doing something similar like that this week, especially if it's in form. And we know how hot he can get with a putter, especially here on these Mayakoba greens. So when he was defending at the Bermuda a couple of weeks ago, that was when his toe was the worst. Plus, Masters was hanging right around the corner. There is nothing to look forward to after this week for the PGA Tour golfers. Well, for Brendan Todd, I guess he'll be heading to the the Tournament of Champions out in Maui. But until then, Brendan Todd, like I said, 8,600. He's got first and a missed cut in his 2 tries here. Recent form, 2 starts, came in 37th last week at the Awesemo Classic. Missed the cut before that, as I mentioned. His strokes gained, power ranks, how he gets it done: 133rd off the tee, 126th on the approach, 54th around the green, and 21st putting. My second, or what I would call my 4th best value on the board this week, is a guy also that has won here in John Huh. Coming in at $7,400 on DraftKings, $8,900 on FanDuel. He's got a missed cut here in his last 2 tries, but a 25th other than that. However, his recent form would suggest a little bit different. He is playing out of the major medical exemption. He was out almost all of last year, so we don't even have strokes gained power ranks from last year on him. You'll be getting this year's stats once I do talk about it. 18th and 30th in his last 2 starts, and if we extend it out even one more, another top 20 in those starts. So well on his way to getting back his card on the PGA Tour, especially coming to a course where he's had such good success in the past. Not just the win, but at least 3 or 4 other top 25s that I see on my card. So John Huh certainly streaking into this week. His strokes gained power ranks, how he's gotten it done over the last couple of weeks: 6th off the tee this year, 169th on the approach, 76th around the green, and he's enjoyed a hot putter ranking 37th. The next golfer that I want to talk about, and my 3rd value on the board, Doug Ghim. Coming in at $7,400 this week on DraftKings, $9,400 on FanDuel. He is yet to play here in Mayakoba, but if recent form is any indication how he'll play, it should be pretty good. Coming in 18th and 14th in his last 2 starts at the Awesemo Classic, and also another good start at the Bermuda, both seaside courses, and he comes here, another seaside course. Just this one's on the Gulf rather than on the Atlantic or the Caribbean. However, with one of his good starts at the Bermuda didn't have strokes gained ranks, so he didn't get a big start there. So these numbers may be a little skewed. 127th off the tee and on the approach. Crazy how that happens. But 87th around the green and 74th putting. Again, this doesn't have at least 1, if not 2, of his good starts due to the course, or the tournament, I should say, not having strokes gained information. Okay, my 4th value. We're getting pretty close to my number 1 value on the board this week. But my 2nd best value, I've got this guy, Peter Putter, piping hot Malnati. This guy just continues to play pretty well. And last week or a couple of weeks ago at the Awesemo Classic, he struggled on the weekend coming in, maybe a little bit better as the wind was up. But he's coming in at $7,300 on DraftKings, $8,800 on FanDuel for a guy that certainly seems like he is in form and very comfortable with where his game is at, especially with the flat stick. That sounds like Brendan Todd all over again to me. He did win here last year. 58th for Peter Malnati last year. Missed cut the year before that. However, does have a top 10 year in years past. coming in off of a 48th and 21st in the last 2 starts. How he's gotten it done this year: 143rd off the tee, 185th in approach, 80th around the green, and 17th putting. But again, he's in a similar boat to Doug Gim. One of his good performances did not have strokes gained at it. Okay, here we go. Now, the best value on the board, and this guy has certainly broken some DFS hearts recently, and it is Byung Hun An. Coming in this week at $7,600, especially for a field like this. This is why I think he's the best value on the board. He comes here in the best field that this OHL Mayakoba Classic has ever had, which is great. Great to see these fall events getting such good recognition. Coming in $7,600 on FanDuel. I'm sorry, on DraftKings, $9,500 on FanDuel. If he was at this tournament at the type of form he was in about a year ago from now, he would have been about $8,800, $8,900. We're getting him at $7,600. Obviously not in great form. However, 35th 2 starts ago, so not all that bad. Has only 1 start here. He missed the cut 3 or 4 years ago. What's been his problem? Well, we know his problem is the putter. 184th in strokes gained putting. 15th around the green, 62nd on the approach, and 114th off the tee. So certainly he's going to need to improve those numbers, but still, we know his talent level. We know how good he is around the green. We know he's superb in his ball striking when he's on. So at $7,600, I think that Byung Hun An might be one of the best values on the board when it's all said and done, especially if he gets to the weekend. This guy can score. So keep an eye on Byung Hun An. So in summary, we've got Brendan Todd as number 5 value, John Huh as number 4, Doug Gim number 3, Peter Malnati number 2, and Byung Hun An as the best value on the board here for the Mayakoba Golf Classic. Thanks all for joining my little short form video here. Is the top 5 values. Of course, next you'll get the top 5 sleepers tomorrow, probably about mid-morning to afternoon once we run ownership here. And then, of course, we'll follow it up with the top 5 fades on Wednesday morning. So thank you all for joining my short form video here, the top 5 values for the Mayakoba Golf Classic. And we will see you again maybe next week for the DP World Tour Championships on the European Tour. If not, for the Tournament of Champions in Maui the first week in January. So until then, everybody, thanks for joining. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.